Hello, Judge. This last speech will just be some proposition voters. To start, we're going to look at structural violence. My opponent dropped the statistic I gave from the Federal Bureau of Prisons that said that for every 500 criminals in the federal prison system, there are about 12 accounts of serious assault per month. That means that if you want to actually limit structural violence, as both my opponent and I have agreed to in this round, then you must abolish all prisons and not just for-profit prisons. Moving on to my second point is the point of rehab and insane asylums. Those are for people who have committed crimes that they can't control. Drug addiction is categorized as a disease, and people who are insane should go to facilities that were actually created to deal with their specific mental condition. My opponent refuted this, saying that a straitjacket is inhumane, but asylums are for people who have serious disorders and who should be separated from society for the good of both society and themselves. Asylums are already in the status quo and do a much better job of treating these patients and helping them recover and become more healthy. Thirdly, we're going to look at the fact that when you abolish for-profit prisons, there are going to be negative effects on the federal prison system. Saying they won't have to change anything since they now have to pick up the tab for 2 million inmates is just plain lunacy. The for-profit prisons limited the cost for the federal system, which is why we implemented them, and their abolition, if you vote in the opposition, will increase the price tag and lower the amount of services available to the inmates, which kind of takes away all of his benefits in his case because they won't have enough money to actually help them with the reduced recidivism programs and the medical coverage that are better in federal prisons than in non-profit prisons. Lastly, we're going to look at one thing. The opposition has thrown all his eggs in one basket, and that is hoping, Judge, that you don't see the one main problem with this case, and that is that if you only abolish for-profit prisons, it does two things. First, it strengthens the federal prison system because now they have to pay for the prisons they weren't already paying for, and secondly, it moves the structural violence from one place to another rather than actually solving for structural violence. So when you sign your ballot, Judge, I urge you to do it for the proposition where you can actually make a difference in reducing structural violence and fixing society's legal problems. Thank you.